Capricorn, welcome to your love reading. Of course, I am your host and reader, KC Phoenix, for the You Can Handle the Truth Tarot channel. Definitely, if any of this resonates with you, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If it is not your story, please don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading the energy and the tarot cards and the oracle cards today. So let's go ahead and get into this. First of all, the person who ghosted you, they did you a favor. That's first thing. Let's get that out the way. One of the things that came out for the oracle card was extra. And this is about a person who really does the most. Sometimes they can start things. Sometimes they can try too hard. They may come across as loud as well. This isn't what you needed in your life. Another card that came out, and there is no gender in tarot, only energy. The card was Girl with a Snake. And it's talking about someone who you need to be guarded, where they can be a bit of a narcissist, and also you need to set boundaries. And I feel some of you may have already done that, especially after you were ghosted. Another oracle card that came out was Lost, and it says Ghosted, Cowardice, and Disappearing Act. This person, I just heard they didn't know how to handle their emotions. They didn't know how to express themselves or communicate like an adult, is what I'm getting. However, they can be very charming, and most narcissists are, because I've dealt with narcissists too. I'm sure many people have dealt with narcissists. Narcissists can be very charming people. They just can be. That's what they do. They like to bring people, draw people in so they can feed off of them. And for you, I feel the reason that they ghosted you, not just because they couldn't communicate, but because you had questions, is what I believe. Sometimes you would ask questions about things and they didn't want to answer those questions, because if they would answer those questions, it would lead to more questions. And they didn't know how to process an adult conversation. There's someone else in your orbit. If you haven't connected with this person on a quote unquote dating or relationship level, I do feel is coming. I don't feel this is a brand new person. I feel this is somebody that you already know based off of the cards that came out. One of the oracle cards that came out is Soulmate. So it's a soul connection, partnership agreement, a soul contract. Following that was another card called Divine Guidance. And this one is stating that whatever's coming together is divinely orchestrated, where certain things had to happen, certain events had to take place in order to bring you together with this person. The reason that I'm saying that you probably already know this person is because within the wording of the card itself for divine guidance, it mentions how if you look back, you will see that you two were meant for each other all this time, which is letting me know that it's a strong possibility you already know this person. If you don't, then maybe it's the thing where you felt like you've known this person for a very long time. Maybe you had a connection in a past life, because again, it can be a divine contract that transcends lifetimes. One of the negatives of this, the card that came out of the oracle deck is Afraid. This card comes out when someone is afraid of letting a person see who they are, where they're like, oh my God, if they really see who I am, they will not want me. And I can tell you that's not always the case. I believe this particular person knows exactly who you are, which is why they have an interest in you and have had an interest in you for a while. With the narcissist and the charmer, we will say, coming back, because again, they ghosted you, but they're coming back now. I'm recording this during Mercury retrograde. It won't be uploaded until close to the middle of August, but I have a feeling that they came back during Mercury retrograde, or they're coming back soon after thinking during Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde happened in the sign of Cancer, which obviously Cancer, water, emotions, lots of thinking is what can happen. Some of you might be dealing with the Cancer. The reason I'm saying that is because in the tarot deck, one of the cards that came out was the Chariot, and the Chariot is Cancer energy. The Chariot is about moving forward. The Chariot doesn't move backwards. You can't move horses backwards. The Chariot moves forward. And that is what this is about. where you're moving forward, you're not getting caught up in the person who ghosted you. Even though I feel that whoever this narcissist is, it's very tempting to go back to it or to at least maybe entertain it because there was some type of connection there. And they might be spouting, oh, we're meant to be together. I've taken time to think and I've seen the error of my ways. And while I was thinking, I finally realized that based off of everything we've been through, we were meant to be, and all this other stuff that they usually say. You have free will. You can do what you want. If you want to give this person another chance, by all means, you have the option to do so. At the same time, I feel this other person, the soulmate, the one that the energy is saying was divinely guided to you and you to them through the events. And the person, the narcissist ghosting you was part of that event as well. Part of that was letting you know what you deserve, and you deserve better than someone who doesn't know how to communicate and then disappears for a long moment. I don't know why I just heard 3 to 6 months in my head. So maybe this person disappeared for 3 to 6 months and now they're popping back up, but you deserve better than that. The other card that came out is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And with the Two of Swords, it can be about choices. Anything with twos is usually about choices, but also it can be about blocking when it comes to the source. And when I was saying it, the reason I paused because I heard something in my head. The thing I heard in my head was communication is a two-way street. So that's another thing. With this particular person, the soulmate, the communication will be much better. They will realize communication is a two-way street. Now, the moon card came out, which is Pisces energy, but also Cancer energy too, because Cancer is ruled by the moon. Some of you might be dealing with the Cancer. And with the moon card, with the Two of Swords that came out before it, it's letting me know that you're seeing past the illusions. The things that were told to you before may not hold as much weight now because you have a much clearer view on the person that you're dealing with, the narcissist, as well as anybody else. I believe that what you've been through has helped you get a better filter when it comes to interacting with people, when it comes to your connections in general. The card at the bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords. Pages bring messages. Swords with communication. Definitely, it's usually electronic communication. So there might be a text message, an email, something on maybe Instagram or Snap. Someone sliding in the DMs, sending a message. That could be the person who ghosted you, or it could be the soulmate, or it could be both. But expect some type of communication about this. And definitely good luck on the soulmate if you decide to go down that route. I wouldn't be too afraid of them seeing you, who you are. They're pretty much aware of who you are. So I don't see there's a reason to be afraid at all. Just be honest, be open. And that's that. Like I said, the narcissist, don't let them tempt you away from your soulmate. All right. And that is your message. If this resonated with you, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, be blessed.